Is this or there's some people will be able to watch after the fact?
Yeah, I can send it to you in just a second because that's pretty much what we do at the very beginning.
You're gonna send them straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, and we're back with another great episode of Pillow Talk. Me and the missus, and we have one what's the word? One heck of a couple.
Country, just say it.
Yeah.
Heck of a.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just put it all together. Just do it.
We got a nice couple on today and tonight, this
Phenomenal.
evening. Phenomenal. Yes. And so if you can share with us, we'll totally appreciate it. And while we're sharing
Giving y'all a
here,
few minutes to come on in.
we are going to I'm gonna send a link to you guys in Instagram. Give me 1 second here. Oh, turn it down.
Oh, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You already shared, baby?
No. I ain't even logged into Facebook. See that? Shame on me. I did put my phone on silent though. Haha.
Yeah.
I did that.
You ain't doing right.
What?
You
I am not about my wifely duties, I tell
No,
you.
you're sure not.
Shame on me.
Yep.
But while we're waiting, we have the Harrison.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Turn up.
Like I like to say. Pew, pew, pew.
So while we sharing, and I just sent the link to you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that intro. We'll be right back. Woo-hoo. So we was just telling the Harrisons back in the background in the room or whatever before we started live that we've been waiting for this interview, guys. You really just don't understand. This
We
couple
literally
is like
binge listen to their podcast, like, all of it. In about a month's time.
Yeah. I think I just was telling you about my MS, and so going to Atlanta to get my treatment. It's like a 3-hour drive from where we're at up there. We just pretty much play. I think we started a little bit before we went to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we started.
That's what's up.
That's love.
Yeah. So we would love for you guys to introduce yourself just a little bit before we start, jumping in these lovely questions for you guys.
Just a little who you are, what you do.
All right.
Well, ladies first, y'all know how that go.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mariah.
And this is your boy Tone.
Yeah, podcast name. But listen at them.
And we are the host of Podcast.
Shout out to our 42,000 on IG. So big shout out to the family.
We've been getting some love. We've been getting some love.
We trying to get that.
Hey, y'all, we got a thank you post that was in June, and we were saying thank you to our 400 followers in June.
Oh really? Oh, so y'all just kind of like.
Yeah, it just went crazy. Like one night we woke up and it just went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it was a post that we made and we were shouting out like 70 followers. We were like, oh my God, we're so grateful. And we were hyped,
You have to be. It's the small wins.
Right.
Exactly. You got to celebrate all of them.
So y'all are podcasters, parents,
content creators. We're launching a clothing brand.
Yeah.
It's called Humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we might have to definitely speak to y'all.
You want to tell them what it means?
Yeah. So Humans is basically it's funny because it's my wife's maiden name. It's spelled Youmans, but we just switched it up and made it kind of looks like premium. You know what I'm saying?
Humans, but it says humans.
Exactly. So like basically the whole message behind it is like you mastering within yourself. Like this brand is about promoting like people becoming the best version of themselves, which is something we do that's very important even in our relationship. Like I know a lot of time when you're in a relationship, sometimes you almost forget about yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to make sure you keep your partner and stuff happy. But the truth is, when you love yourself and you treat yourself good and you do nice things for yourself, it's way easier to spread that love to your partner. Right. Whereas
for those that are listening to our podcast, if y'all ain't listening, y'all better listen. I mean,
it's
back and listen.
It's gonna get real. So we're gonna get into all that. So yeah, we podcast. We actually got our YouTube channel where we've been doing challenge videos, creating content.
Well, we like doing that with couples. So y'all
let's do it. So we just kind of dipping and dabbing it into a little bit of everything, but it's all tying together.
Right. Got it.
Right.
Beautiful. And they're so sweet and young.
Right. You trying to call us old? You trying to call us old?
We seasoned. What? We seasoned. It's okay.
How dare you?
Exactly.
Right.
Don't be telling me 21-year-old thing, girl. 21 years old.
You are a wonderful married couple. How did y'all meet?
We actually met in college. We went to Western Carolina University. They're actually having their homecoming this weekend. So shout out to the Catamounts.
Go Catamounts. Go Catamounts.
Yes. Catamounts is that's the mascot for real?
Yeah, it's called Catamount.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you enter onto the campus, there's a big statue of what is supposed to be a catamount. Or it kind of looks like a mountain lion though, but they call it honestly, I don't know where the name came. That he does.
Mountain cat.
Look, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When I remember, like they called me when I was getting recruited by them to play football, and my coach was like, he was like, "Man, you good?" You like, "What you doing?" He said, "I need you. You standing up? You sitting down?" I was like, I'm standing up. He like, "I need you to sit down for a minute." He like, "Yeah, I got you a full scholarship offer." I'm like, "Where to?" He like, "Yeah, Western Carolina." I was like, "Okay." So I look it up, and it said Catamounts. I looked at my mom. I said, "Mom, I don't know like this.
I don't know about
Catamount. I ain't never heard of it." I'm from Atlanta, so when I heard about Catamount, I'm like, hold on, that don't sound fun. I ain't only cats I know were the ones at my grandma's house when I was little.
Now it's like, I'm gonna be chasing cats.
We had different experiences because when I saw that I was accepted in the Western, I was like, what? Like the Catamounts? Yay!
He was hot.
You were from the area and you were familiar with the school, whereas he was like, I don't know about this place. I'm like,
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So, but yeah, that's how we met. We met in college and we started dating a year after. So he was a senior and I was a freshman. He was so that made me
got that little tenderoni.
You know what? I'll just say fresh meat.
Yeah, hey, for real. She was definitely fresh meat.
But we didn't date. We didn't date that year. We were
we
just
we didn't date officially, but
okay.
I'm gonna just leave that out there.
You weren't dating him just yet. Not yet. Yeah, that sounds familiar, don't it? I feel you, Yeah, he claimed he liked me, or he knew that I was his before, and I'm like, well, I don't even like you. I don't even know you.
I told you.
God
told me.
Look, exactly. Look, that's how we got the same. Look, I remember. She don't even remember. She remembered the first day we met, but she don't remember how it went. Like I remember when she was wearing all that. Like I said, "Oh my God, who is that?"
He tells the story, and I'm like, "That's not how that happened." But
I'm like, it did not go like that. But
it definitely did. I remember like it was yesterday. I seen her from across the room. I was like, I started asking. I'm like, who is that? Have y'all seen her before? I'm like, oh my goodness.
So how did we meet story is kind of the same. So I was working, and
I don't feel bad now.
He said we actually have a song that he wrote about it, and he was like, I went to pick up some prescriptions that I wasn't even going to use just to see me. And he says when he saw me, he claims that I came from around the corner and gave him the biggest hug. And I was like, how? And I don't even know who you are.
It's like,
that's like the first time I ever seen you in my life.
It's like,
I look like that.
Long story short, I had to stop taking like 36 pills that I had to take like 3 times a day.
So mind you, the first time I saw his prescription list, I was like, what is wrong with this guy?
Anyway, but I sat up here and I'm going on a journey. I'm like, God, hey, I want to get off these medicines. I don't really think I need to take them anymore. And I'm like a real good sit down. And I literally got down to maybe like, I take 2 prescriptions, even to this day, 2 prescriptions as needed. And so I want to say it was probably about at least a good 6 months. I hadn't gone and get no medication. I'm feeling great. I'm doing good. And then I get a knock on my head and say, hey, I need you to go fill your prescription.
So you were at war with God, like,
yeah,
why am I going to go do that?
Right. They told me you don't supposed to question God, but right now I'm very questioning. Then we just had this conversation. I need you to go fill your medication. And so I'm reluctantly, I'm literally hitting my phone like this. And I get up there and she's like, oh my God, I ain't seen you in so long. And she came out there. Yeah.
I believe your story. I got it. That's the story. That's the story. That's the story. Is it? I understand it's always 2 sides to the story, but only one is true.
Yes, exactly.
Remember that. Only one can be true. they can't go.
She doesn't remember it happening like that. Y'all start dating, things are going well. How did we get to the point of discussing marriage? And now that you're married, how did we get to the point of discussing marriage, first of all? Because it looks like y'all kind of dated for a little while before that even got discussed. How did it even come up?
Right.
Because he told me he knew before, and I was already
married.
So we would remember I was a senior, she was a freshman. So I graduated and then we started dating. So for 3 years, we were actually in a long distance relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, at home and
exactly. I was in Atlanta. She was still up at Western Carolina, which was like 3.5 hours away. So we were long distance for 3 years. But I feel like it all kind of really started from the beginning. It's just the way that we communicated. Like we connected beyond like in any way that, from us talking to each other that we connected with anybody else. Like just the conversation we was having and just realizing how much we actually had in common, how much alike our families are. You know what I'm saying? The type we would talk to each other about our dreams and goals. And this before we even started officially dating. Like we was having these type of deep conversations from the jump. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, for real, that definitely. So it's like when I graduated and we made it official, our communication, for when you're in a long distance relationship, communication becomes top priority. Right. Like it becomes the biggest thing to be away from somebody for, hundreds of miles away from the person that you love and want to spend the rest of your life with. Like it's a challenge, and it really helped with our communication because you forced to communicate because that's all you got in the long distance relationship. You don't got that physical touch. You can't like go on dates. Like all you really got is your communication.
We did go on dates.
Yeah, we would travel.
The FaceTime dates.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we had a lot of those. Y'all know, falling asleep on the phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a young people thing. Yeah, I'm old school. Come pick me up. You did come pick me up.
No, but
you brought me flowers and you opened the door.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
like a gentleman.
Did y'all ever go to sleep on the phone with each other?
All the time. Literally all the time. We We did. I'm not gonna. Look, you wake up, phone dead.
I ain't gonna lie. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep, and I'm gonna tell you. All right, it's late. I'm
yeah, we did.
He's talking about. I was like, so you can hear me snore. I don't
exactly.
Sexy.
Exactly. Yes, it is.
Now, if I snore, you look at me like, babe, you were snoring kind of loud last night. So
it's still sexy over there, though.
Exactly. Look, and that's funny to us. We like watching y'all snore because y'all swear y'all sleep like the Sleeping Beauty.
I don't.
She be like, I don't snore. I be like,
I don't.
Somebody was. It wasn't the baby.
He said he sleep like I'm dead.
Man, she be like that.
Oh no. You be waking up him like this.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes I look up and
he said this in front of me one night. To see if I was still alive. Why you supposed to go to the bathroom? Go to the bathroom and go back to the
Yeah. So just a lot of communication. So of course, with all of that communication, marriage was something that was constantly coming up. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about how we perceive marriage and what we wanted in a marriage and what we wanted in a partner. And I think that's very important before you go into marriage is to have those conversations, even though they can be, those can be some tough conversations.
Right.
And a lot of people don't got the strength that it takes to have those conversations, but it's important to have those if you plan on marrying somebody.
I think there's insecurity in people though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have good examples of a marriage prior to that to be able to open up and talk about it. And some people don't have that to say, well, I think this is what I want when I get married. But, like we always say, to each his own, you have to do what works for you and your dynamic. And y'all made y'all's dynamic work. And so that's going to definitely be the next question. Besides communication, what have y'all done to really just make y'all work, from dating into marriage?
It's like I was talking about earlier. Yeah, we were in a relationship, but we became better individuals.
Right.
Okay.
Each year, we've grown so much as individuals. It just make our bond so much more stronger together. I was reading this book called Outwitting the Devil, and he was basically having an interview with the devil, and was asking the devil questions. And one of the questions he asked the devil is, "What's the hardest person for you to get to?" And he said, the hardest one for me to take over is the one who has a partner that's just as strong as they are. And I feel like that's what we have become. We have become so strong as individuals that as a unit, it's like we going Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that has played such a huge role. I mean, even then, we've incorporated in the morning. We both take 30 to 45 minutes where we'll take turn. You go in, you meditate, you visualize the life you want, you speak affirmations out loud, and then you pray to God. And we do that individually. Like we lock ourselves in the closet, the other one watching the boys, while the other one locked away, meditating, getting their mind right for the day. And I feel like that it's like when you doing stuff like that and you're always trying to be as positive as you can, it's just a lot of stuff there's honestly can't nothing break this bond but being 6 feet under, to be honest.
Right.
And we got life after that, then it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They might find each other. So I mean,
I don't know. That's how I feel about him and I. We just like two twin flames,
Yeah, twin flames, soulmates, whatever you want to call it.
All of the above.
Yeah.
This is my partner in crime, just say,
amen to that.
Right.
When you get up and your feet hit the floor, be like, oh, she up again, hey, they up again, they on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we should be.
We go for it.
Right.
I think, and this was something that really made us want to do the interviews inside of our the episodes where it wasn't a racial thing, but I definitely seriously wanted to shine a light on black couples.
Beautiful
yes.
black love.
So it's definitely I've reached out to other races and whatnot. I just haven't gotten a return yet, but I seriously and you can talk about me all you want to, guys, or whatever, but I really want it and need it. That's what God put it on my heart to show the black community that there is a such thing as a actual true loving black couple.
Right.
Because you look at all this stuff and we have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down for that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these couples are really not like authentic.
Right.
And it's really about the views and the likes and the stuff. You know, you're doing a lot of these challenges just to get it in a particular place. And then 2 years later, they ain't together no more because they couldn't go through a disagreement together or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that we did at the very beginning was like books. We sat down reading together before we got married, trying to
I don't know, I think we go, like, if we write in our journal something that's intimate or private, we still go back and discuss it, you know, or I feel comfortable enough allowing him to read it to say, hey, look, this is how I felt on paper. I may not be able to necessarily say it. He's more so the writer than I am. He'll come with the emotions before I will.
She's hard.
I guess based on how I was raised, I'm not gonna say hard. I just hold things more than he would.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely he's gonna tell me.
Mm-hmm.
We're the opposite.
Yes.
Okay, so
I was.
Okay.
But
he's more open. Like he'll just, babe, this da 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 da, and I'm like, oh,
man,
okay.
Excuse my French, man. I was holding that shit in so much, man. It's like, no sir,
that's
no more.
Beautiful to have a partner that you feel comfortable enough to be able to express how you're feeling. I know so many black men, even in my family, who just feel that they have to hold stuff in, or they've been told like, you got to be a man. You can't feel these kind of emotions. But
I definitely am not that person. I'm not judgmental at all. I will. You definitely can come to me and divulge something. If you want advice, I'll give you advice. If you don't want advice, then I won't give you advice. Even if you come to me and say something to me, I'm gonna listen. That's my nature, and I think that's one of the things he likes about me the most. That I give him a safe place to speak, even if I give him a harsh response in return. He understands. You know, it's all out of love.
Right.
I know I can be a little blunt at times about certain things, but you know, I have learned to be more sensitive to his feelings, you know, because I have given some responses and he was like, "You could have been a little bit more about that."
And I come from a previous relationship where I'm gonna be straight honest. I talked down to, you know, pretty much like a dog. And being in my predicament with my disability and having issues with walking, weight gain, and just not having any form of worth for myself, I tell people I can't, as a man and as my own self, I can't sit up here and say that whole relationship being bad was due to what she was doing. It was more or less me staying and not leaving, knowing that I was worthy regardless of how much money I was getting and how much I saw that the world was telling me, oh, ain't nobody gonna want to be with you because you can't take care of yourself with your predicament. So, you know, I had a lot of that going for me in the wrong direction, which I just sat and soaked in a bad relationship. And it wasn't until I understood that she's her own person and she's doing what she's doing. I can't control her, but I know that I don't need to be here, so I need to leave. Right. And that's when a lot of stuff changed for me. And I would ask, you know, have you guys come across, this is like off the wall question, have you come across where when y'all started dating and even went into marriage, y'all came across some triggers that may have been a trigger from a previous relationship?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a daughter, but it's my stepdaughter, and it's from a previous relationship. And I grew up in a blended household, but it was like a lot of toxic stuff going on with my stepsister, and it was just like the balance was off. And I guess it kind of put something on my heart where I just was resentful towards his previous relationship and having a child. But we worked through it by going to counseling, talking about it. Like we just wanted to figure out what was triggering, because I didn't even know it was a trigger. Like for me, it was just like, this is how I feel. I don't know why I feel this way. It just is what it is. But we went to counseling about it, and they helped me figure out some things, helped him figure out some things, and we just worked it all out. I mean, we're still working it out. You know, it's not like a one
like one and done.
Right.
That's it.
I wish it was like that.
It is,
but it's constantly something that you still have to work at. But
yeah, and then like you, and it's so important as a partner. It was important for me to step into her shoes, and not like some people will be like, well, that's my child. Like, no, like you did it for me. It was like, let me get in her shoes and let me try to understand things from her perspective. And when I did that, for me, I feel like it just made it a lot easier for us to communicate about it. And don't get me wrong, we had to have some. It's like you got to be willing to have them tough conversations.
Yeah. I think that's something that we talk about.
Gotta be willing to have them, because that's what's gonna push. That's what's gonna push you through the things that most people are gonna break apart on, because they won't have the tough conversations. One of them or both of them end up shutting down, and once you start shutting down on each other, I mean, you could call it's a wrap.
And that gives too much room to speculate feelings and emotions. Like, oh, well, you must be mad at me, or you know, you assume that, oh, you acting that way towards me because you didn't like how I said something. It may not have been that. It might have just been, I don't know how to respond in this situation, so I just ain't gonna say nothing, or I'm just gonna be negative Nancy about it, and just be like, okay, whatever, just let it fly off the radar without having that conversation to say, hey, I think we might need to talk about this. This is not. This is something here is not panning out in our. I can tell when he's off about something, and he can tell when I'm off about something.
Oh yeah,
right.
Knowing each other.
You know it. Now, you definitely know it. And they, you hear people talking about the word assume. You know, making an ass out of you and out of me.
Yeah. Right.
When you assume, like you said, it could be the complete opposite. So you just gotta be willing.
Like, oh.
Exactly.
Right.
It don't even be as bad as you thought it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were mad about. Oh, my bad. I'm so. You know what I'm saying? So you just really got to be, understand, for one, when your partner is going through something that you aren't, like, you got to jump into their shoes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to say, you know what? Let me stop thinking about just me for a second. Let me understand what my partner
is something that it's very hard for a lot of people to do, because a lot of people don't even understand themselves enough to be able to say, hey, well, let me understand that from their perspective. They just, well, this is how I feel and this is how I feel, and you can't change that. And sometimes we do that to ourselves and to other people, and it's like, all right, so we can't get along because we can't get to the root of what the problem is, because you blocked yourself off from figuring out that maybe I have the issue with either what I'm listening to or how I perceive it.
And that's what our rejection, our previous episode was with rejection.
Oh Lord, that podcast was a mess.
Because I guess I found myself, and like you just said, I had to put myself in her shoes afterwards, because I'm always constantly buying her clothes, and so it's like, dang, I got this exciting feeling, I want to buy something, some clothes, so I'm buying some clothes, and
it wasn't the clothes, that wasn't the issue for me,
but it played in my head because we've had the conversation before that how the previous relationship made her feel and stuff. But I'm like, maybe if I go ahead and purchase these items and I show that it's okay, but I didn't get that response. It was more of Okay. And so now I'm feeling bad because I'm like, dang.
But it wasn't the clothes.
Yeah.
My ideal behind it. I have to, and I'm still working on getting used to the fact that, I'm not gonna face rejection when I get to that point with my partner.
Nope.
And that I have to change my responses to things and be open to it, And like I told him, I appreciate him for being honest and open and supportive, and
you my two-piece
helping me
snack.
through. I'm your two-piece snack
with
with
a
a big
biscuit.
Nah, hey, that's the right way. Like I read this book. I read a lot. So for y'all that's listening, make sure y'all get some of these books. And I'm telling you, number one is Outwitting the Devil. It's a really good book. I promise you. To just change the way you kind of look at things. And when they, just to spill a little bit, when he's talking about the devil, he's talking about yourself. The devil inside.
We are our own head. We are our own worst critics.
I be telling my wife, I be like, what I be saying?
You're your biggest hater.
You gonna handle yourself more than anybody in this world can. So, but the other one I have read was the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and one of the habits is it says seek first to understand, then to be understood. And I feel like that plays a very important part in any relationship. Is sometimes you just gotta say, you know what? Let me chill for a second. Let me understand where my partner is coming from before I start just boom. Because we can jump on each other about something, but I don't know her understanding. I could be jumping on her about something that ain't even have nothing to do with what she was actually feeling.
Right. Nah, definitely. We have had lots of run-ins with that. And again, communicating that issue has been like a real eye-opener for both of us when it comes to a lot of things. Like, we'd be like, oh, so that's not, you didn't feel so, or, oh, so you did feel whatever. But
I can say that even with that, and it kills me with people when they come and tell you, oh, we've been together for like 3 years and we haven't argued yet. It's not about arguing. It's like just having. To
me, arguing is ghetto. That's for people who don't communicate. Yeah. And I'm not finna do it. You're not finna yell at me, and I'm not finna yell at you. Yeah. My response is automatically, I'm just going.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the first things we talked about. We are.
If you're gonna yell at me, we're done.
Yeah, we ain't even. It ain't even got nothing to do about shutting down. It's just I ain't gonna do that. Been through that and whatnot. We do have someone that stated this.
Hi, Dr. Evelyn. She probably
what, Dr. Evelyn?
Dr. Whitney.
Dr. Whitney. The safe space is excellent. The delivery tone is usually something that easily moves the discussion focus away from the issue that need to be addressed.
Absolutely true. And
shout out to Truth Speak on that book on why the real reason why men and women don't communicate.
Yeah, she got a book.
I would love to read that because that's interesting that she says that. And what we have, something we've communicated even on our podcast, is that sometimes it's okay to step away if you're feeling too like it, because I mean we all know ourselves. You can't. You feeling like you already feeling like that. That's when you got to say, you know what? Let's take a step away. Right. Let's just go get some fresh air and let's come back and have this conversation at peace, where we both have calmed down, where the emotions ain't too high, where we like turning red talking to each other, because then that's just gonna cause an explosion. So in that sense, yes, the tone and all of that is important. And sometimes I think the tone and the way it's delivered comes out the wrong way because of how you're feeling. Whereas if you're more relaxed, then it could go from, why would you do that, to I'm trying to understand. I really truly want to understand why you did that. You know what I'm saying? That's a different delivery than why the hell you do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think we try to explain it to our kids too.
Yeah. Kids.
Oh my God.
My kids have experienced.
Lord be with us.
I know, right? Listen, and y'all know, just at the beginning, you have not got to the stage where they're able to talk and show emotion yet. So enjoy these small moments now. As a mother of 2 that are 55 and 75, it gets worse as they get older. But I did not realize that I had traumatized them with my argumentative responses from the past to now, that they don't know how to respond. So I am in the process of trying to reteach them better habits of communication because these kids these days are harsh, mean, and they don't know how to communicate well. And I have we struggle every day trying to get them to learn how to communicate better,
especially with themselves.
And sometimes the kids make us argue about stuff that don't even have nothing to do with it.
Definitely, yeah. Kids adds a different element to a marriage and relationship for sure. It's
two people.
I feel like when it was just us, it was definitely a little bit easier because again, with kids, they're gonna bring a certain emotion out of you that you will maybe mistakenly put onto your partner. A lot of times it ain't intentional. Right. It's just that you carrying that feeling that your child may have did something crazy. Now you walking around with that feeling on you. Yeah. Now any little thing that your partner do sometimes can trigger that. So it's definitely a challenge. Like for a relationship is hard. Like I said it's hard, but it's fair.
As he would say, it's work. You got to clock in and punch that clock and put in that work.
I love my job. I wake up every morning to go to work.
Okay.
So that question.
We work hard for the money.
Do you guys have kids, and how many?
Do you want more?
We have a daughter from his previous relationship.
Yes. She's 7.
Okay.
Her name is Angela. She actually lives in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
about 35 years old at this point. Okay.
We have 2 boys that we had together. Samir and Messiah. They're 2 and 6 months. And y'all might hear Messiah crying. He's just my mom, but
I'm surprised y'all hadn't heard. I was yelling. They got the door closed, but they like the music up loud, and they like to scream at each other. And they're right there.
Like to be nosy.
That's good.
Figure out who's on.
Look, I heard them crying. I'm over here like I wonder if they can hear them in the background.
If they're crying and you need to go to them, go right ahead.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
yeah. Been there, done that. Don't more.
The 2 under 2.
Yeah, and we're thinking we want another one. Like some days it's like, ooh, let's have another one. But then some days it's
he has 5 by himself.
What? Where'd that come from?
You gonna make me say something on the internet I got no business saying. And then we have my 2, and that does not include my 3 stepdaughters from my previous marriage.
Well, I have 5 adults, pretty much.
Yeah, he's got 5 adults. I have 3 stepdaughters that are adults. They are old enough to be my little sisters, but they call me mama anyway. But I just treat them in an endearing manner. And then I got those 2 old ladies upstairs. Ain't that saying Grandma Dynamite? So, yeah, we've been together for quite some time. And I don't want no more kids.
She keeps saying that.
Older,
okay, so this is the thing with that.
And my mental capacity for kids is like
it's like if you want to really test your patience, have kids. Kids will test your patience for sure.
I feel like if I'd have had both of my kids after 30 or like been just not having kids, I probably would have been okay. But they drive me crazy. Mentally, I am unstable dealing with them. And to have another one, they're gonna have to put me in an insane asylum. I don't think I do it.
I'm gonna politely say that she be misleading me, and she be like, you're a nice guy. I would have kids with you.
And I did let him know that. And I did tell him that if I do get pregnant, you do know that you are going to take care of this baby. This is your child, not mine.
The lies you tell.
I ain't doing nothing but providing the milk.
The
lies. I'm not doing that.
But I think one more we could go for. After that, it's a wrap. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's how I feel. If we get one, we get one, and
it's gonna be a wrap.
If it's so tiny, that if you get one, it's like
I'm gonna tell you. You said the same thing. I'm gonna tell you now. God already told me you're gonna have a boy.
Nobody.
So, was was there ever a spoken non-negotiable when it came to being together when you first became, serious?
Do y'all hear him now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Y'all, one of y'all need to step away. Uh-oh. Y'all trying to figure out who go?
But look, she the source. I ain't the source at this time of night. I ain't walking around with the dairy. Is that what? Well, no, you don't got dairy. I'm sorry. That's a cow that got dairy. She got she the one that she got the magic juice. She got the
I'm trying to see if he's still.
She got.
I think my mom has.
She got the stuff that give him the itis. He be ready to sleep.
My mom had 3 kids. Yeah. She came down to help us out. Yeah. But she had 3 kids, so she should be able to handle
it.
Got it. She good.
Yeah. Done. He went ahead and swooped in on that, so you're good to go.
And what was that? Can you say that question again?
Yeah. Did you guys have any
non-negotiables in your relationship?
Like at the very beginning when a prime example, like for us.
Argument.
It was like at first, no, hey, this is like we're not negotiating. Yeah, we can't argue. And it's
another non-negotiable for me was kids, but
she keep telling you, I don't know why she's not home.
That you know what's funny? That was something she always told herself, like that she would never be with a man with a child.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes them non-negotiables love. Sometimes them non-negotiable. Well, it just depends. That one is different. It's not like I had a child on her or anything. I just had a child before her. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like the biggest one was just being faithful to each other. For me personally, like
that was for me too.
That's like, come on now, like don't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the perfect guy, because I definitely like. This is the only woman that I've ever been faithful to out of every woman that I've ever dated. I'm just gonna be. This is the truth. This is the only woman who has like,
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like made me like shut down, like nothing. Like I've never had a woman that made me feel like I wanted to do that. But I like that. It's cool. I feel like we just me personally, I don't think it was really nothing. Just because we got to know each other so much over our long distance, and just from even us talking in the beginning, I think like
it was really just trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went through when I was a freshman and he was a senior and we were messing with each other. I think I really caught feelings like hardcore, but we weren't together. So
She was married to me already, basically.
Pretty much.
So he gave you a free trial period to see if that was going to work out, and he decided, I'm done playing. Let me go ahead and get right and go get this before it gets away.
Right.
That's absolutely the case.
And I
was She was done. And I don't know. Like it's like I felt like I had like lost my best friend. Like it was.
So was she the first woman that actually told you, no, I can't do this with you?
Basically, yeah. Like I could just get away with stuff in the past relationships. Like it was just
wow. Okay.
It's like I could have my cake and whatever else I wanted on top.
Yeah, she is the cake and everything. So.
That's what I'm saying. So like she like it just literally felt like I lost my best friend, and that for me, I'm like God put this woman in my life for a reason. So that. She's it for me. Like this is when it's real. I remember having a conversation with my mama. I was sitting on the counter. I said, "Mama, this is my wife." I told my mama that hands down. I said, "Mama, this is my wife right here." I've never told my mama that about no other woman. I looked my mama in her eye. I said, "Mama, this is my wife. I found my wife, Mama." And my mama just smiled, and she knew because. I eventually knew, and it's like how you were saying like you didn't know your worth in your first relationship, and for me, I felt like I knew her worth more than she did at some point, But then she started figuring out her words. She was like, "Nah, nigga."
I ain't gotta put up with this.
Like, wait a minute.
And then that's when I'm like, "Whoa, hold on. She is way worthy than what I, you know what I'm saying? How like she deserves to be treated like the queen she is." So I just feel like when you meet that person, you know, because you change. Like when you meet that person,
you know
what I'm saying? But as far as non-negotiables, I mean,
it was just trust. Really.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest one. That was mostly on my part. I mean, she would tell a little white lie. Don't get me wrong. Like, I used to catch her. She used to do. Why do women? Sometimes women lie about the smallest stuff. It'd be like a woman to be.
People, I don't do the stereotypes. Aren't good. Don't do me like that.
No, I ain't gonna say it's just women. You're right. You're right. I respect that. I respect that. I'm not gonna just say women. People in general. It doesn't have nothing to do with gender. Yeah. People in general. I respect that.
Some people lie more than others.
Yeah, that's true. It don't got nothing to do with your color of your skin, your gender. So scratch that for anybody who think I'm stereotype. Don't cancel me, please. I'm not. Don't cancel me. But you're right. Thank you for that. But just people in general. I mean, because we're all human, whether we men, women, black, white, green, yellow, purple. We all human.
Yeah.
But
that little devil in our head be telling us, they lying to you. They telling you to tell again.
Look,
we get something.
She'd be in a bag of blue Doritos, and I'd be like, "Did you just have them blue Doritos?" She'd be like, "Blue Doritos." I just saw you eating blue Doritos. Then she just laughing, but she probably just messing with me. Just watch you eat the blue Doritos.
We'll go sneak to McDonald's to get that pizza and that fries, throw the bag away before you come back.
Oh, we love McDonald's now.
I ain't gonna lie, I done done it too. So.
I just left out. Oh, you ate something? Yeah, I ate something.
Hey, a salad?
A salad?
Like, you done had a Big Mac, large fry, strawberry cream pie. You know, just a salad. Just a salad, that's it. It's $26 receipt doing in the car here. What kind of salad you eat from McDonald's?
So Ms. Whitney says, this is true. Many men don't do any better because many women don't require it. But it depends on the kind of man he is to see and appreciate her value.
Mm. And that goes back to what you were just saying about it is not even really a gender thing. You like a lot of times when it's hard because like sometimes we put these labels on the genders. You say like I basically try to do. Oh well, men do this and women do this. It's the person. You know what I'm saying? It don't really have much to do with your gender. It's who you are as an individual. So,
right.
I mean, I get what she's saying. But it's not just men because there are women who have men that don't see their value and they treat that man unworthy. But then there are men who do the same thing to women. So it don't really got much to do with gender. But yeah,
Mariah made you see that, hey, you're a good guy,
but
you ain't gonna drag me like that. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Let me go back and get that. I need that."
Next.
And so, how do y'all feel about husband and wife gender roles in a relationship?
We threw those out. We threw those out the window.
Yeah.
I do think they did talk about that in one of their podcasts.
We did.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, growing up, that's basically I saw my grandmother cook, clean. My grandfather, I don't know what he was doing.
Sitting recline and watch TV.
Pretty much, right? And then my mom, the same thing, and my stepdad, the same. But then we got together, and it was like, look, we're in this together. We are. Right. You want to cook? He cleans more than me. Like I hate cleaning.
I'm a cleaner.
He does. It's like we do the things that
like we make up for each other weaknesses.
Right.
We need to hurry and get it done so we can go sit down somewhere.
I'm telling you, that's me. I will get up and clean the whole house in 20 minutes. She be like, Jesus. But it's like I feel like we're more principled focused than we are roles.
Right.
Because just because she's a woman or I'm a man doesn't mean I have to. Like a lot of men be like, oh no, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do none of that. That's a woman's job.
He does most of the cooking.
That's what.
Right.
Go ahead.
Our neighbor, a little girl, came outside and she was what did she say? Men don't cook.
She was talking to me. Yeah, she was like,
I basically said, like, what do you want to eat for dinner? And she was basically like, men don't cook.
Yeah.
Men aren't supposed to cook. And she's like,
it's a little elementary.
Yeah, it's
kid.
like 6, 7.
She's like, men don't.
Traumatized already.
She said that's weird for men to cook.
Yeah, she said that's weird. She said she's never seen a man in the kitchen.
You know, and that behooves me. I'm gonna use that word. Yes, I am. That people think that men shouldn't cook. If he is single prior to meeting me, however he feeds himself then is how I expect to feed himself in a relationship.
Right.
I am sick and I cannot get downstairs to cook. He better get down there and warm him up a bowl of soup because you're gonna starve because I'm sick.
Right.
I'm gonna starve to death. Yeah, you know.
But you know that's what.
Now he will fight me about.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, because back in the days, I guess that was the standard. That's what people were used to seeing. So a lot of that came from environment. A lot of people are afraid to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's like no, like it don't matter. Like I'm just not role focused on any. Like I don't say. Me being a dad doesn't define who I am. Me being a husband doesn't define who I am. Me being an entrepreneur doesn't define who I am.
Shoot, we switch roles regarding pay. Like,
facts.
I'm the sole breadwinner right now while he's staying home and taking care of the kids.
And building the business too. Make sure you put that in there. Like, I ain't just watching the kids. Now, look, ain't nothing wrong with staying at home, but you better be putting that work.
But regardless, what you're doing is not easy.
No, it's
it's not.
Oh my goodness.
So, when we first started dating and I was working, it's weird how we got together. Like we had an agreement. He was baking at his mom's house and we made a contract that he could come and use my kitchen so long as he paid my light bill because I would be gone at work. So I work 40 plus hours a week. He's at the house cooking, baking, or whatever. And, you know, and that's how we began to communicate and develop a relationship. We were business partners and friends before. So that gender neutrality was like gone. Because you're going to clean my kitchen up. I want it clean when I get back.
Yeah.
And then take out the trash.
Right.
And that's not because I'm the woman and I have to wait for me to get home to clean my kitchen the way I want it. And I do like it cleaned a particular way. And I did let him know that. And he will call and say, hey, I haven't been back by there to clean the kitchen. Give me a minute. Don't go in there. And it was just normal because he knows when I cook, I clean as I go. Make his mess first and then he clean up after. But still, if he cooks, he go ahead and clean, afterwards. And that was just a standard communication that we made ahead of time. Hey, look, I don't care what you're doing. If you make a mess, clean it up. That's just it. It doesn't matter how much trash I created. If I fill my trash can up upstairs and he walk by and see it's full, he gonna grab it and he gonna take it out anyway.
Right.
And he gonna bring an extra bag or he gonna say, hey babe, I already took out the trash. Just grab some extra bags from downstairs. And I'm not gonna argue with him. I'm gonna grab them bags and put them in the trash can.
Right.
And if I see that the trash is full before he does, he will beat me over the head for taking the trash out.
He's
big dumpster.
But in
the house, I'm free to pull the trash at any time. But he's not going out to the big dumpster. I'm not going
to. I mean, it's like you do what works in your relationship. Like, don't tie a role to your partner. Don't say, look, you need to clean. You need. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Work for me. I work at 7 and 9 o'clock sometimes. So you're gonna be a late dinner tonight. You might want to feed yourself.
Right.
Or compromise. Like for me, if I know my wife's gonna be out late, I'll make something so I know when she come home. Hey, you hungry? I made you something too. I just don't. We just don't get caught up in all these roles these labels that they put on males and females in a relationship or in a marriage. Like because that ruins a lot of relationships because people have these expectations of women are supposed to cook, and then men will be like, she don't cook, I can't rock with her, or a woman be like, he's supposed to do this, and then if he don't, it's like, okay, why y'all can't just come together and put y'all You bring your strengths, he brings his strengths. Where he's weaker, you get stronger. Where she's weaker, you get stronger. So I feel like we got a pretty good dynamic when it comes to making up for each other's weaknesses, and we don't let our relationship be defined by whatever roles or titles that people want to put on men and women. When
I love that.
And that's the number one thing we stand for. Like, hey, make it work for you. You know, if you want to be at home cooking the meals and cleaning, you make sure he's doing that part that y'all feel that's the dynamic that works for y'all.
Right.
But everybody, this old standard of the woman the only one that cooking the house. Oh, we ain't doing that. We all like to eat. And we are foodies.
Yeah.
So,
we both clean here. Thank you.
Yeah.
I get it. We making the mess together. I ain't gonna expect you to clean all up. Like
that's including the kids. Goddamn.
Including the kids. Yeah. Y'all little whippersnappers gonna get down and get this stuff cleaned up. You know, and that's honestly how we, teach them now. They do their own laundry. I was washing their clothes for the longest because my gender role in my previous relationship was that I had to work 40 hours a week to help with the bills, but I was also supposed to be a stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids, do the laundry. I mean, I would come home and the plate of food that you bought to feed yourself was still sitting on the table. So now I got to stay up an extra hour to clean up, put things away, make sure everything was straight. Then I got to get up again in the morning early, make sure I help you find your socks. Then I got to cook breakfast, get the kids up, get them dressed for school, and then get myself to work. I was tired.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
Right. So when I got to this relationship, I'm like, hey, look.
No, she didn't even want to buy no washer and dryer. You did.
I didn't have the money to buy a washer and dryer. I was a single mom with 2 kids, and I walked my behind to the little laundromat down here for free. Put new quarters in there, and I did what I had to do, and I walked back and forth.
She deserved it.
You been to the laundromat?
You made it work. We used to do the laundromat too.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we did it.
I can do the comforter for $10.
We did it, and then when I got that first income tax after so many years not receiving it because I was paying so much child support, it was so beautiful.
It became an obstacle in life.
Hey, I know how that feel, brother.
Yeah. So it's
that's a whole episode.
I know, but I think they can expound on it. So to end this lovely interview, what has been you guys' biggest breakthrough? I know you've said several already, but if you really had to tune, like zone in on something, what was your guys' biggest breakthrough up to now?
I would say our mindset. I feel like we have grown so much individually, and just the outlook that we have on life is just so different now. And I feel like that helps us keep going. I know a lot of the things that we've been through together individually, the fears that we've had, just being able to have the mindset to push each other up and just remind each other, like, let's keep our heads up. We got this. Stuff is going to get done regardless. Like, just always being in each other's corner. I feel like the mindset that we had in the past, we might not be here today.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly feel like that is our biggest breakthrough.
Yeah, I agree. It really is. It's like when one of us is down, the other one always there to say, "Hold on, buddy."
You have to.
You better smile. And this happened yesterday because something happened because it happened. I mean, we're human. Something's gonna happen to everybody. Something happened with us, not between us, just a situation.
Yeah,
I got down quick, like my whole aura just. And she brought me right back up. Hey, baby, it's okay. We're gonna work through. We don't work through everything else. It's okay. Let's enjoy this time together as a family. We went and ate pizza, and it just shot me right. It just brought me right back to reality. And I feel like that has been so far, with our relationship, that has always been the case, and that is what has made us so much stronger. Is that we do not allow the other person to descend. One of us is always there to say, come on, look, even if you need to stand on my back in this moment, stand on it. But I just want you to make sure you standing. And for me, I feel like that has played such a huge role in our relationship. And like she said, our mindset and the way that we think, we truly believe, we know, and we declare nothing is going to stop us from getting to where we're destined to be. Absolutely. We talk about this. The only thing that can stop us is God saying, come on home.
Yeah.
Being battle buddies, hey, both of y'all in the bomb together. He ain't got no left leg, I ain't got no right leg. That's what we're gonna do.
Right. Right foot, we dancing with.
Look, we dance in a circle till we get where we going. Like, hey, word.
Yeah.
Y'all are so young and beautiful and amazing, and I am looking forward to being able to have more conversations like this with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. This is
we're friends now.
Yeah,
we're friends now.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Definitely keeping in contact.
And so if for our listeners on the podcast, follow podcast. They haven't had a new season out yet, have you?
No, we're excited for season 3, but 3 is going to be a lot. We putting some things behind 3 because we want to make sure 3 is going to be set up different. It's going to look different, sound. It's still, it's just going to be an upgrade from. I mean, if you look at us from 1 to 2, it looks and sound different. So 3, we want to make sure that we really
are growing. And
we want 3 going to be special.
Thing, I like that because that's how I felt about this season. And for us, I'm like, I'm not going to beat myself up if it doesn't pan out how I'm seeing, but I definitely am going to put my best foot forward to be better than the last.
Right.
And
we were inconsistent with the last season, but again,
we had last season was kind of like you guys the second season that y'all were kind of it
was our first one.
Yeah, our first one.
I think we did 4 episodes. We was spreading weeks out at a time.
Season 1 was consistent.
Season 2 was pretty cool. Then season 3
we were like
yeah. So then season 2 really just showed us what we capable of.
Yeah.
We just talked about it. We missed 1 week in season 2, and that's because she had the baby. And I'm sitting at the hospital should I bring the mics up into the hospital?
Yeah.
You can record while the baby.
And that would be okay. You could have just said, you know what, she ain't here in this moment, but I want to do this podcast by myself to really just talk about this experience. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Squeeze his hand.
She needed. He needed his hand squeezed.
She needed his hand squeezed in the room.
Yeah, I got my hand squeezed in this one, but the first baby, I was getting slapped in the back of the head.
Oh Lord! All right.
Yeah, I fall asleep right beside her. She be like, "I get them contractions hit her."
That was your reminder. You did.
Basically, she's like, how you gonna sleep? You wake up.
I'm gonna wake up and experience this with me. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah.
That's what you say.
Listen, I'm gonna have to go get some holy oil and put a banishing spell on these words about these babies, because this is we don't want it. No.
Show me. I don't stop. It is what it is.
Okay.
It's what it is. But we definitely enjoyed you guys. And we're gonna try to work on after this season, the couples possibly doing a little a game thing for some of the upcoming season where we try to bring some of the couples back and we play a little game. So we'll definitely be in contact with that outside of, like she said, we friends now. So I'm sorry.
And maybe over time we can actually.
Because now season 3, we gonna swap roles. Season 3, how about that?
Yeah.
Definitely. Let us know. Let us know.
We'll put it on the calendar and we'll be excited. Maybe we can do some in-person meetups. Maybe we can get to couples retreats or something like that.
Because we definitely I'm a part of a online radio station in Atlanta, and we just did our listening party.
I saw that.
The all black and whatnot. We did
we're
all
gonna
white
do a
list.
couple tonight, and we're gonna do an after dark session.
Yeah,
So,
we doing a after dark session on Instagram with the show, and so definitely maybe hit y'all up to see if you want to come up on one of those.
Oh yeah, that'd be lovely.
We need to get away from these kids.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all here to no,
I understand that struggle.
And then, hey, for y'all like that, it's okay to get away from your kids. Don't feel bad about it either.
You have to.
When I go get
sometimes.
We do a lot of when I go get my treatment. That'd be our vacation. We go ahead and just take the whole weekend.
I was just telling her too. I was like, we need to break from these kids. She was like, yeah, let's just see if we can get rid of not get rid of them. I'm sorry.
Nah, you said it right.
Let's see if we can get rid of them.
But that's all right.
She was talking about for the night. I said, no, I'm talking about the whole weekend.
I know, right?
I know night. I'm talking about let's send them off for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Hey, you be needing them break, man. I'm telling you, you be needing it. But this was definitely fun. We really
appreciate.
We've been looking forward to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We
definitely.
Excited. This day did not come fast enough. You know.
I know, right?
When is November coming?
I know. Right? Y'all have been absolutely beautiful. We look forward to connecting with you guys more and more in the future.
And you guys go ahead and take care of the little baby.
It sounds like he's asleep now. So we're gonna take care of ourselves while he sleep.
I know that's right. Shout out to Mom for putting baby to sleep.
Exactly.
I knew she could do it.
Exactly.
We had faith in her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you guys have a great night, and until next time, guys.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Who we got next week?
Is it the calendar? No. We're gonna be in Atlanta next week.
Oh, we got Nisi.
We're
actually gonna be doing.
Y'all doing big things, so we definitely gonna have to make sure we stay.
We will be live in Atlanta next weekend with our next couple.
Yes.
Is it Daniel?
Oh, Nisi gonna get you because I don't remember any either. Sorry, Nisi.
Yeah. Shout outs to our favorite waxer, Esthetician at the Plush Lab.
Oh, hey.
Nice shout out. Can we shout out something too?
Yeah.
We got our clothing brand. It's called Humans. It's about I don't know if y'all can see, but my white shirt say it always starts with you. And that's one of our main messages is that, you know, when you become the best version of yourself, it's gonna make the world better. So as y'all can see in the background, we not playing those games. Like we got our, you know what I'm saying?
You know.
No, you see what I'm saying? We got the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be doing. Yes, we do. We have an Instagram. Is at Humans CLO is the Instagram. The link is in there. We actually got the link in our bio on podcast. Mm-hmm. Right now, all you can do is go in and just set up to be notified when we actually open up the site. So the site is locked right now. I developed the site. I'm super excited.
It's beautiful.
We did everything, all the work we've been doing ourselves, the photo, the video. Yeah. So we just wanted to make sure that we shout this out because just like we growing our podcast and everything else, this brand is something that we're gonna continue to push because for us it's more about the message and just getting people to understand that, you know, your power lies in you, and when you become the best version of yourself, it's gonna make you be able to bring that same energy and focus to your partner, to your children, to the people around you. So we just want to make sure we continuously pushing that message.
It's gonna make the world a better place.
Amen. To that.
So we might have to shoot y'all our dress so we can, you know, we need to get 2 shirts.
Okay.
We got you.
Yeah, we definitely do.
And we like to match up and take pictures and stuff.
So okay, that's what
it's easy. So if you want to use us, you know, as models, go ahead.
Hey, amen to that.
Right.
Amen to that. Okay.
Yeah, all you gotta do is go down our feed. We cheesy.
We don't really posting them, baby. They do a lot of reels, so we got it.
Yeah, and I mean, cause y'all record.
Seasoned, but we ain't seasoned enough on social media. So
got you. I'm gonna simplify for you. Y'all record these episodes, right?
Yes.
All you do is take these.
I do clips. And then
I'm telling you, it's crazy because we end up blowing up off a post that we was posting months ago, like the stuff that's blowing up now is stuff that we posted in the past, but it came from us almost every single day. Something we got to get our to raise awareness around what we're doing and what we're doing. You just got to keep putting it out there, and then all of a sudden you go. It just with consistency, it just changes that when you consistent.
And what y'all have is really good.
Yeah, exactly. It's special what y'all building. So I mean, it's just advice from our standpoint that y'all getting all these couples on here, man. Make it real, because if you look at the way the world is. You grow. You got to be willing to change when times are changing. Like there are some people who still.
That's actually that's our mission. That's our changing the narrative.
We ain't going with that regular stuff. We're gonna change the narrative. We're gonna change it. We're gonna make it real good, and we're gonna be real while we're doing it. You know.
Exactly. And like right now, we just in a time where short video is becoming powerful. That's where most people want to see a quick, something short that's informative, that's entertaining. That's it. I ain't trying to sit and we understood that, and we say, you know what, let's be willing to change and let's adapt. And for anybody who want to just continue to grow your business, this reels and short videos is something that's going to be able to help you be able to get your message out across the world.
No, that's so smart.
I mean, this is stuff that people need. This is stuff that people need to see and hear. You don't. For me, I grew up in the hood. Like I ain't. Most of the black people or moms that I saw were single. Like I ain't grow up seeing like none of my friends had a dad around or having marriage and all that, or seeing like black power couples working together. Like I ain't get to see this as a child. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be able to have this platform that God has blessed us with, we could use this to show the little black boys and girls that look, we could do this together as a unit. It's more power in unity than, you know what I'm saying, than doing it by yourself. And there are people that look like you that are doing some of the things that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to just be this and that, because that's mostly what you see. There are other different types of influences when it comes to black people and especially black relationships.
Y'all I like that. Amazing. Y'all are definitely gonna grow and surpass all your dreams and desires. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing your growth. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
The feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it. You know?
Oh yeah. My boys beat Tennessee today. They were talking about my boy ones on great.
There we go with that now.
Don't put my boys in no number 3. Y'all knew who the I'm leaving on that note.
You got it, y'all.
Well, you guys have a great night, and again, we are definitely going to keep in touch. Okay.
All right. Good to see y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah. So we're excited. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching with us. I'm Miss, and he's
Mr.
And we're gonna take over the world.
Damn.